To get you informed a little further, we are going to play 4 more rounds of Swiss, 9, 10, 11 and 12, and then we are getting into a top 8 top cut, and that is going to determine the first 2 in the end, which are going to win a trip to Japan to jump faster. Ryan rolls a 3 here when they are starting this off, and that's a 4, which is more than enough.
Good.
Wait, no, was it both 4? It was both 4.
I think it might have been, yeah.
Oh, and that's better from Ryan's end with the 8. Wait, they only rolled 3 times a total.
I don't know what happened there. I think I might have missed something, but we seem to have decided who's going first at the very least. I think that is Ryan going first here with, as I say, his favoured strategy here. To my understanding, he took this to UK Nationals in the Advanced Constructed event and played it with the Elfner strategy. But we see here the special summon of the Power Vice Dragon as well.
Indeed. And, well, you say he took that to UK Nationals. Didn't he take that deck to every single tournament available to him for the last couple of years, essentially?
This is a very good point. We see adding a Resonator to the hand here. I believe that was Darkness Resonator. Has an effect which I believe allows you to reveal a Red Dragon Archfiend from the extra deck to summon itself here as well.
Yeah, it's just all about getting more tuners onto the field, having consistent access to them, and then creating a big combo field consisting of a lot of dragons. I've been told that a very decent way to deal with that Dragon-based deck is just getting access to Fallen of Albas and then Contact Fuse into the good old Alba Lenatus. I don't know whether Zen is actually on that card though, so we will have to see. Some Blitzclique decks actually have that. They are playing a couple of branded cards. Not sure whether that's the case for this one in particular here though.
We do see the Crimson King being summoned here, a very popular card. Love the pose it's striking, the Jack Atlas pose on the card, adding the Resonator Call from the deck to the hand here as well. Crimson Call, sorry, not Resonator Call. Able to continue our plays going forward here.
That's how we do it. And Ryan, of course, at this point, he has played this combo a million times. He has shown that combo to his viewers. It is in his heart, it is in his soul. And I think from a points perspective, picking the Resonated deck actually does allow you to have a good amount for non-engine for your points distribution. As we see in his deck, he was able to bring in 2 Molchammy Perulias. There also is an Ibiru in there, which is a good staple in the Genesys format overall as well. So we were able to include a couple of cards next to our engine cards in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Summoning that Synchron Resonator. Importantly, not a Synchron card because the spelling is not right. But we have all these, like you say, this field full of tuners here, these Resonators, going to be hopefully going to be some synchro climbing shenanigans here. Adding the Skullmiter deck to hand there because it is I believe, just a level 4 or lower Dark Fiend. Equally can be used with the Light and Darkness Ritual deck to add something like Grifo, for example.
Yeah. That's smart. Skullmeister may not be as popular in the constructed format anymore, but it has become a real big staple in the Genesys environment, and a lot of decks are running it, and also Ryan is making use of it. He's playing it as a one-off because here in that, as we just saw interaction, we're able to basically access it without needing to draw it, but still getting that huge, important hand interaction factor, because hand interactions, let's face it, in Genesys, they're hard to find because a lot of them are priced quite heavy on the points end. So good to see that he can just basically get one that is on the low end in terms of points for free here. Yeah,
absolutely. Like you said, it is seeming to be a sort of engine v engine kind of field that we have going on with the Genesys strategy, because it is a lot of high-pointed non-engine options, some slightly lower-pointed ones, which are maybe not seen quite so much in Advanced Constructed, but really shine here in the somewhat lower-powered Genesys format, where the whole power level being somewhat lower does enable some very interesting cards and strategies to really take the field here as well.
And when we are playing engine versus engine, the trap card that we just searched there, the King's Resonance, is actually huge, because when you're playing against another combo deck, that card requires your opponent to have special summoned 10 or more monsters. And when they did that, which in a combo deck is definitely not as unlikely, then neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. So that's already a good start. And then, basing it on the number of monsters that your opponent has summoned this turn, special summon, sorry, then you can either, if it was 1+, special summon 1 Dark Synchro monster from your graveyard or banishment. If it was 3+, every Red Dragon Archfiend monster in your main monster zone is unaffected by opponents, activate its effect until the end of your next turn. Or if it was even 5+, you can change all your opponents' change all of your monsters, their monsters, to face down defense position.
Absolutely. I think we see the effect of the Bone Archfiend here to summon itself back to the field. Again, letting it extend through plays here, once again synchroing it off, because why would you not? And getting more and more of these powerful synchro monsters here. We see another Red Rising Dragon summoned to the field. I imagine it's not a hard one to return on the effect if that's the case.
I don't think it is.
We see the Darkness Resonator being summoned back to the field as well. Once again, all these tuners on the field with these powerful synchro dragons as well. I love the artwork on the Red Dragon Archfiend cards as well. There is that sort of through line thematic. You can see they all linked and look similar, but they look fantastic.
I feel like that is also what Ryan got hooked on the deck as well.
Absolutely.
The artworks are just nice, just big dragons, and look at that. This may be Genesys, but still, of course, we're very able to use those new extended art cards, and we are slamming that beautiful looking card there onto the table, which of course
Supernova Dragon needs
exactly
3 tuners, which is an insane requirement. Cool Tune could never. But and 1 non-tuner synchro monster, so the requirements are fantastic for this card. Beautiful extended artwork on that. We see the Crimson King, the Red Supernova, and the set one, which I imagine is that Crimson Call trap. But the effect of
King's Resonance, yeah.
Thank you. The Red Supernova can't speak today. The Red Supernova
It's early, don't worry.
It is. Must be first synchro summoned. Gains 500 attack for each tuner in the graveyard. It already starts off on 4,000. That is going to be gigantic at the moment here as well. When your opponent activates a monster effect, or when the opponent's monster effect declares an attack, you can activate this effect, banish this card, also banish all cards your opponent controls. That is insane.
It is ridiculous. I mean, it has a hard summoning requirement, so it deserves to have that kind of a crazy effect.
Oh, yeah.
And Ryan is, next to it, not putting up much. It is only going to be the Crimson King and that trap card, plus a Red Supernova Dragon. Zen, though, starts with a set card here, but that is only because he wants to destroy that card right away with his first Blitzclique effect activation there in his hands.
I believe that is the Grain Blitzclique here, going to be destroying the Blitzclique alternator as well, so that's the graveyard, which I think then gets the... Oh, we see the activation of the effect of the Blitzclique alternator, but then the Skullmeister meeting that and saying no, because again, we did see that being added to the hand in the previous turn.
We did. Zen now clarifying how that all works, checks the graveyard again. And Ryan already putting up... Ooh, it's double grain, though, on Zanzan. That's not necessarily amazing, but we do have Surge in hand as well, so we could still be able to extend here. Surge Blitzclique. Targets the normal summoned one.
If we banish... There we go, banishing all of the cards that Zen controls here, leaving nothing on the field to target, and there we see Zen scooping up for game 1.
That combo is too much. That one card, that Red Supernova Dragon, is insane. And the way Surge Blitzclique works is that you have to destroy the targeted monster. And when you don't get to special summon Surge onto the field. And therefore, we were not able to get any further monsters onto that field. And Ryan smilingly takes game number 1 of his most favorite deck of all time.
It is always nice to see that sort of thing. It's a wonderful thing to see people doing so well with their pet decks, their favorite decks, their favorite cards they've had forever. It really is a wonderful thing about this game, where we can sort of see these players who've been in the game for such a long time enjoying themselves and going, hey, I've loved this deck for the past, 10, 15 years. I'm going to keep on playing it, and it's wonderful to see it happen.
100%. And I mean, talking about that, I know that in Constructed you're a big fan of the Fairy Tale deck. You have been playing that a lot. And I got good news for you, because here in Genesys, looking at the tables, table 1 here in the first round of day 2 in round 9 is actually including a Fairy Tale deck. So we may see that later on at the top tables here on the feature, and maybe even in top 8 then.
Oh, I can't wait. I love Fairy Tale cards in general. But to see the players siding against each other now. Interesting to see what they sided now. Again, because it's Genesys and because the non-engine is very different to what you would see in your standard advanced constructed games. Siding's also very different. We have some very interesting cards in Ryan's side deck here, which the one that you pointed out to me earlier, I don't think will be sided in here going second. That would surprise me. That specific trap card we might see if we go back to game 3. But then we see some interesting choices here as well for going second.
Yeah.
Some powerful ways to remove from the field, like Santa Claus and the Twin Twisters. But also, I'm sure we have some fantastic options in Zen's side deck as well.
Certainly do. Like just finishing up on the Ryan side deck, there is Artifact Lancea in there, which in the last couple of years in the TCG, in the constructed format, always meant you're trying to counter the Malice deck. But there is no Malice here in Genesys, so what are matchups even that... I mean, is it good against Fairy Tail? It does have some applications against Fairy Tail, right? Game 2.
It's certainly not bad into Fairy Tail, but I think the issue with Fairy Tail is that you want to generally summon Snow more during the opponent's turn, and if you're doing, like, you're summoning during your own turn, because Lancea is only during the opponent's turn to use it. So I don't know if it's amazing into Fairy Tail, but I think there are so many decks in this format that can do well off of the back of cards like Dimension Shifter and Dimensional Fissure. Or we do see the Molchami Perulia hitting
huge.
The graveyard on Ryan's side here. And again, because Ash Blossom and Call by the Grave are so highly appointed in this format, rarely do you see any answer to that. We see the
Hideout in the Sky, Kulump.
Absolutely be activated here. Good to get that Molchami out before this resolves, because it does put a token on your field, so you would not be able to use it.
But I think Ryan, he has another Molchami in hand, but decides not to use it. I mean, commonly now, you would immediately destroy the token to get your cards going, and you need something to destroy for that, of course. But I feel like activating that second Perulia there could still have been nice. Maybe it was Fuvalos as well, but I definitely think I saw another Molchami there in the hand of Ryan.
I'm not sure you'd leave Fuvalos against this deck, because it just doesn't, play into it at all.
True.
But it might also be that this token's going to get destroyed pretty quickly, as it needs to for a lot of the Blitzclique effects to resolve and occur and whatnot. So it might be that Ryan's holding it. It might even be that we don't know what the rest of the hand is like. If it's not a great hand, your opponent might not want to play at all into 2 Molchamis and just leave you with nothing. And with the Blitzclique deck, you can do that, because it can still play during the opponent's turn. However, might just give Ryan a couple of draws here, which he may well need.
That's true. And I mean, to be fair, holding another Molchami Perulia for your own turn against the Blitzclique deck, also not the worst of ideas. As long as the token disappears off the field, of course, and we are able to use it, that Blitzclique deck is known to interact with you on your own turn, trying to summon as many monsters as possible. And ka-ching, that first Molchami Perulia draw has been gotten there, or has been accomplished. It's early still,
I wouldn't know what to say about that, to be fair. I'll just say that drawn has been drawn. That's what I was going to go for. But we see the...
Factually true,
yeah. We see the...
DD Crow. On both ends. That card is a staple in Genesys, hitting the Blitzclique, break away there in the graveyard, because it could ever come back into the hand, because when a Blitzclique card is destroyed by a card effect while that card is in your graveyard, you can just add it back to your hand. And that's where all the resource management comes in from the Blitzclique deck. It's just so resilient. It just adds all of those resources continuously back into your hand so that you can play on the follow-up turn, but that is drastically going to hinder that potential on Zen's. And also, it hinders what Zen is actually able to interact with on... Oh, we go for Whisker as well here right away, clearing up that token and giving Ryan another draw forward, and now also with that empty field, giving Ryan a chance to maybe on his own turn then drop that additional Molchami Perulia.
Yeah, a lot of draws given to Ryan here. It might have been needed. I'm not entirely sure what the hand and field situation would have been if not for the amount of draws given to Ryan in the situation. It is a tough spot to be in, because the deck summons only from the hand, basically. So Perulia is kind of the only thing it needs to worry about, but we see another activation of the column here as well, as it is not a hard one to turn on the activation at the very least, setting a couple of cards face down. This is a pretty good field.
It is.
It's at the cost of 3 cards drawn, but it's not a bad field, to be fair.
It's really, really good. But Multicharming Purulia has had plenty of applications in Yu-Gi-Oh! But it feels like against this deck in particular, it's just so oppressive. Like all they do is special summoning from the hand. So having that card in your opening hand just gives you such a head start. And Ryan, at least in terms of cards in hand, certainly is ahead right now, but he has to convert that into something real, as the card advantage on the field certainly is speaking a different language here right now.
Absolutely. I think it may behoove Ryan to activate the Purulia now, is what they're because it just puts a bit more pressure on Zen of, do I want to give the opponent more draws, or do I want to leave it and hope that, although it's a lot of cards, it's not enough to play through here. But we see an activation here of the Twin Twisters.
Oh, wow. Bringing in that card from the side deck, of course, post-siding, going after both set cards here, and then taking a deep breath, because with that, Ryan actually just gets all of the unknown information out of the equation, as we will then have perfect information. Ooh, there was another copy actually of Breakaway, so the DD Crow wasn't as good anymore, as we had another one anyhow.
We do see the discard of the Crimson Gaia there as well. I think because he had 2 in hand, if I'm not mistaken. So this is, again, sort of maybe telegraphing that to the opponent, of letting them know, actually, I have one of these already.
Yeah.
So might be an interesting way to... Oh, we do see the activation here from the deck of the Blitzclique Return Stroke as well. Another continuous trap, as the deck is very fond of.
It is, and I mean, Cosmic Cyclone was taken out there though, this makes that Crimson Gaia a whole lot better, as it could have been countered so easily, so nicely by that Cosmic Cyclone.
That Return Stroke as well been doing a good job of protecting your Blitzclique monsters from the opponent's card effect as well, but not from your own, so you can just keep playing with your own effects and destroying your own cards here. We do see the Resonator Core being activated here though as well. I believe being able to add a Resonator card from the deck to the hand, unless I'm not mistaken. But we see the indication here of the Return Stroke, I believe targeting the Whisker and adding it back to the hand, which negates the effect of that Resonator Call as well.
But didn't we negate the Twin Twister with the Return Stroke as well? Or why is the Return Stroke still there?
Oh, no, sorry. That was activated by the Breakaway.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, it was that way. Yeah, of course. True. Very right. So we got some huge value, honestly, out of that. It felt like the Twin Twister is going to accomplish a whole lot, but it really, honestly, only felt like a Mystical Space Typhoon on Cosmic Cyclone, really.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I don't think it was awful. It at least forced a level of interaction, because the Blitzclique Breakaway does have another effect which allows you to return a Thunder Monster that you control to the hand and destroy a card on the field. So at the very least, it is forcing one interaction over the other.
Yeah.
And we do see the Synchro Overtake being activated here as well, able to reveal a Synchro Monster from the extra deck and then add a material listed on that monster to the hand, revealing the Cool Tune RS.
Where are we? Are we really in Genesys right now? Synchro Overtake, reveal RS, and we are going to grab ourselves a copy of Q-Tune Rico there. That's hilarious.
Straight to the field, able to add a non-level 3 Cool Tune deck to hand, and we see the, I'll say, the only other Cool Tune card we have in the deck here, which will be the... Oh, is he adding? Yes, he is, okay. Would have had it in hand already.
That would have been unfortunate, but no, we are able to search, and Q-Tune Rico is going to give us Q-Tune Mix, and then it's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, this is actually very powerful play here for Ryan, because at this point, we can just summon the RS, chainlink 1 Mix, chainlink 2 Rico to destroy the Breakaway, and then also destroy, a Return Stroke, and then destroy a monster while the Return Stroke is no longer in effect, protecting the monsters. So there's a lot that can be done here with just the simple summon of the RS.
Yeah, it's checking 2 things at once, with the graveyard effects also applying, and there it is. It feels like just simply those graveyard effects in Genesys are going even harder, because those Enfield pieces are sometimes a little vulnerable. So this RS, as you were perfectly explaining, is not only able to negate something right on the spot, but in combination with the Rico and the Mix, we're taking apart the Blitzclique field here in the process even.
That is really interesting. That's a very interesting small package to fit in kind of any synchro deck, actually. Just being able to quickly summon the Rico or Mix from the deck, whichever one you need to go with, summon, grab the other one to hand, and then you just summon the RS. What an incredibly powerful field-breaking effect just to have off of the back of the single overtake. That's really powerful, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, you're saying small package, and it really is, because it is a one-off Mix, a one-off Rico, and then those Synchro monsters are one-offs in there as well. So, no big package at all. Okay, I think we have chained the Whiskers, which also led to us, though, of course, drawing a card as Multiarmy Perulia is resolved, and then that is a Thunderclap Monk being special summons there alongside the Whiskers.
Interesting. Okay. See, this is a card that I've seen a lot of people play around with, even in Advanced Constructed for this deck, and it does seem to be quite strong for the strategy, as when your opponent activates an effect while you control this special summon monster, you contribute this card, negate the activation.
I mean, it's insane, isn't it?
Absolutely. So if you have that just to be able to draw it, it's like, if anything, just an extra little, I wouldn't call it a call by even, it just is an extra level of interaction, like maybe a Kawaki Meru Guardian, something like that.
It really is. It feels like the small brother of Thunder King Ryo, but maybe it's even the more powerful brother, as it sometimes turns out in family situations. Crimson Gaia, and then it's like, oof, that's a good second to last card to have in your hand there.
Pretty good.
And Ryan was holding it the entire time, as you spotted it being in his opening hand already twice. But now, kind of also, like the way he played it, I agree with you, it was expected. So Zen being surprised by it is interesting to see, because when you discard one of those, you would expect that.
You gotta have one in hand still. You just have to.
And you know what I saw there, which is really surprising? Ryan actually, he brought in Waking the Dragon going second from his side deck.
Interesting.
I saw it in his deck while I was browsing through it. That's really interesting.
That is interesting.
You wouldn't necessarily expect that, but maybe just for the odd interaction.
You know what? I can see the logic behind it, to be fair. Because when it leaves the field from an opponent's card effect, and he's now in the graveyard or banished, you can special summon one monster from your deck or extra deck. So.
And I got some news to you, because Zen has just evened out the score while you were checking out Waking the Dragon, because with the negation effect of Thunderclap Monk on that Vice Dragon there, we were not able to get further into the field, and that means Zen is winning this game, where he had to fight through double Multiarmy Perulia, but came out on top anyhow.
I think both players did a fantastic job there. It was a difficult game on both ends of the table, but it was just a matter of who was able to get more into, because that was a lot of one-for-one trades. That was a lot of, I'll give you one thing, you give me one thing, back and forth, in removing these cards one by one from Ryan's hand effectively, and trying to give him as few as possible from more and more Perulia draws. And yeah, just happened to be just enough to keep Ryan from playing the game.
Yeah, and now, going back into the side decks here, one of the most hilarious things in the world, Ryan is siding triple torrential tribute. Yeah, it is the year 2026. You're here watching the Genesys Championship in Brussels, and that is actually a thing to do. And that is just, to me, crazy, mind-blowing.
Absolutely. But having said that, you know what? Considering what his field was at the end of his first game, it is quite impactful, but I'd say modest. It's one big, I'm going to banish all your cards. After you've done that, you might as well torrential tribute if any more summons happen.
Totally, yeah. For sure, it does make sense, because as we're banishing our very own monster for that huge interruption effect, then of course we may as well just destroy all other monsters on the field, because the red Supernova Dragon is banished and then comes back. Does it come back in the end phase?
It does.
Yeah, it does. So you're protecting it essentially from the torrential tribute, and then it comes back with a gazillion attack points.
It comes back with a lot of attack, yeah.
So it just on its own will very well be able to end the game there.
I mean, even just with its own summoning requirements, it has 5,500 attack points. And there's going to be more tuners in the graveyard than that. So that is an absolutely absurd number to sit on at the start of your turn, which also has more effects.
It is, but players seem to be almost ready, as Zen just goes into another pile shuffle there. He wants to get a good going second hand here in this third game, maybe picking up another DD Crow, and therefore, I mean, they have plenty of time, so they may as well just go for another big shuffle here.
Yeah,
I was about to announce game 3 already, but we're not quite there just yet.
Oh, goodness me. Very excited to see how Game 3 plays out here. Because we saw Game 1 without siding, Game 2 after siding, you know, going first, second, and now it's going back the other way of each person siding differently for going first or second here. So it's interesting to see how this will play out and how this will go. But I think we are very nearly ready to move on to game 3.
And here it comes. Ryan once more will be able to go first. Will we see torrential tributes? I sure enough do hope so, because I have a special place in my heart for this card. Played that in a lot of Time Wizard decks. Also, of course, in general, I played this card back in the day, really, when it was around.
Yeah, back in the day when I was lad. We see the shuffle of the hand. The Parulia coming down here as well. It is actually shockingly lowly pointed in this format for how powerful of a card it is in any given format. But we see Ryan considering his plays here, trying to see if there's a way to play around it. The Crimson Gaia here will hopefully help to deal with that.
I mean, it does only search a monster though, and usually that monster wants to special summon itself from the hand. So the Parulia there immediately would get some net value. We're not searching a monster, but hold on, we're immediately searching the trap instead. King's Resonance is being added to his hand there quickly.
Very interesting. We see, we already have
Power Blast Dragon.
So at that point, it's just an extra card you can get. But we see the draw here from the Parulia, and will we be seeing any more of those? I imagine so. If Ryan wants to continue to play here, we might see the same as last turn, where you sort of play into it a bit, and then just try and see that you're fielded enough to play through whatever your opponent has drawn.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan considering what he does need here. Do we still go for a couple of special summons, or are we just going to keep it simple, keep it low to the ground? He's considering what his best possible line is into Parulia. And as you mentioned, with that card being so low pointed and being around in Genesys so much, you gotta expect that he has a line prepared into especially that card.
You'd certainly hope so. We see the Skullmaster already in hand as well here.
Another draw though.
The summon of the, I think that's the Soul Resonator, going to be synchroing off here into a, what level? This is level 8. So I imagine Crimson King here. There we go. There's the Crimson King once again, striking the Jack Atlas pose onto the field in beautiful Starlight Rare, and going to be allowing him to search the deck for yet another Resonator.
And, it's a Resonator card, right? Yeah, you can search Red Zone with this.
Oh, amazing.
And we are getting into the Red Zone. This card is not included into the main deck of Ryan, but he is siding it in. Like, he's going heavy on the trap cards, really. He's bringing in all he can, and therefore also this cool red Archfiend card. And we are setting that Red Zone, or for the moment searching it, but trying to later on capitalize on it as well.
We don't have quite as impactful.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Feels like it is it.
We don't have an impactful field compared to what we have with the first game here. But again, maybe we won't need it. Maybe I think the Red Zone does allow you to summon a Synchro Monster during the opponent's turn, at least when you're banished, you have nothing else. So it does do a lot for the strategy here. It's a very powerful card in and of itself. But we see
it's huge. Oh, bye-bye, Crimson King. A lot of spot removal in Genesys. A lot of cards like Santa Claus, as we explained earlier. But how about a good old-fashioned Kaiju getting rid of that Crimson King?
Thunder King, the lightning strike Kaiju, striking the field here, as the name would suggest, and sending that Crimson King to the graveyard. We do see the King's Resonance being activated here, though.
I mean, summon number 1. We are counting. Oh, DD Crow now too, and Ryan is shaking his head. The non-engine coming in clutch here for Zen. After already having Parulia, he does have the Kaiju too, and now the DD Crow to top it all off. And now the Swords of Concealing Light. What is this hand? Does he even have any Blitzclique cards in his hand after all of this?
That is a truly fascinating and incredibly stacked hand here as well. Gonna see how Ryan is going to be able to play through all of this interaction.
I think we did use the Red Zone on this though, right? Because the Swords of Concealing Light did not resolve, and we can with Red Zone also destroy a card, so that's what we did, and the Crimson King still was able to come back as well.
I think because I don't think King's Resonance would target what he's bringing back, maybe, unless I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure what brought that back.
Let's find out together. I mean, Red Zone also, you said Red Zone, when your opponent activates a card or effect while you control Red Dragon Archfiend, but we didn't that.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do that. So maybe it was about the King's Resonance. Let me double read on that. Special summon one Dark Synchro monster from your graveyard or banishment.
It doesn't target, so I think that was if anything, a slight misplay from Zen to banish the DD Crow, because I'm going to get it back either way at that point. But we see here the effect of the column, thank you. Going to be searching the deck for a Blitzclique monster here as well, and giving that beautiful Jack Atlas token to Ryan here.
Oh, that's rough, though. I was celebrating the DD Crow, but it turned out to really be a DD no, as we just really couldn't do any. Like, we just lost a card in our hand, and the card still resolved the way that Ryan was trying to resolve it, so we really just gave up on card advantage. We have baited out the Red Zone now, though. We have played through, even though we didn't really play through the King's Resonance, but at least it's out of the picture for now. Yeah. So there's not much more. I
am wondering what else Ryan can do here. Obviously, there are cards in hand that we might not know. We did see the Skullmaster in hand already, so we know that at the very least is something Ryan can do, but I'm not 100% sure what we are going to be able to do here, actually. This could be a bit of a tricky situation for Ryan to be in. We see the banishment here of the Crimson King, summoning the classic Red Dragon Archfiend to the field as well.
That's what this is all about, and this is how I love my support. Still makes you play the original, still makes you play the original card. And yes, there's a lot of fancy new synchro monsters, but still in that beautiful ultimate rarity, which I pulled myself back in the day at the sneak preview.
No.
Yeah, I have a personal relationship to that card. It's still in there.
Oh, that's such a nice card to pull as well. We have the Crimson King coming back here as well, sticking to the field very well. And we see the summon here of the Whisker effect to summon itself and Grain as well.
We're snowballing the search first. Now you mentioned the Grain and the Whisker, and we are getting rid of the Crimson King. Maybe now finally for good.
Just to stick to the field, as I say. But we do still have the Skullmaster. Here at else. I don't know if there'll be enough here.
But with a multitude of good interruptions going second and good cards to play through his field, is looking like he might be able to do this. And I mean, Blitzclique, going first, of course, yes, it can set up a good field, but going second, it shines as well, just chaining the Whiskers sometimes and just destroying multiple cards, bringing more cards onto the field in the process while doing so. It's ridiculously good.
Yeah, very powerful card indeed. Again, this deck is just like almost fantastic in Advanced Constructed, so the fact that it's so good in Genesys is in no way surprising.
No surprise, no.
We see the Breakaway coming out here as well. I imagine activating a continuous trap from the deck, as we don't see the other requirements being used. So we see the alternate being activated from the deck here, seeing how this will get played through here as well.
Both players now with a continuous trap card on the field. Ryan, the one that has already used his Red Zone, though. So Zen, the one capitalizing more, using the effect now, putting one card back into the deck to search for another Blitzclique monster quickly from the deck.
And then if that does hit the graveyard, we will have the Skullmaster to meet it. We have another. Oh no.
Is it the same one? I mean, did we somehow recycle it? Or is
I don't think it is. I think the other one's still in the graveyard.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's a darn shame. Goodness gracious me. We see that second Thunder King, the Thunderstrike Kaiju, hitting that playmat right there in front of Ryan, dashing the Red Dragon Archfiend's hopes and dreams down into the graveyard. But we see here, I believe, an attack over the Thunderstrike Kaiju.
We do. So a little bit of relief almost for Ryan here that we're finally in the battle phase and this turn is going to be over soon. Yeah. But still, Zen really working through this field entirely, probably leaving Ryan on very little. But if he does leave him on the red zone, that is some decent follow-up to have, as red zone, of course, also has that special summon effect. So if somehow possible, I would really prioritize getting rid of that red zone as well there somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. I find that Blitzclique is good at doing it. We saw this in the first round of Advanced Constructed yesterday with the Blitzclique, I think it was branded. It's very good. I don't think it's necessarily amazing at finding game in the first turn it plays. However, it's very good at dismantling the opponent's field and setting up its own field. So if effectively it's just trying to say, I'm going to put myself on my turn 1 and put you back on the back foot here.
That's true. So Ryan, how good is our follow-up? There is a good amount of Resonator cards that do have graveyard effects. Oh, the Torrential Tribute for turn!
Just a bit late, unfortunately, here. Would have been just beautiful in the last turn. But there we go, what can you do? Considering his plays very careful here, we know the Scoremeister and the Torrential Tribute in hand here. I don't think we know what the other cards are. Oh, there's a Power Vice Dragon there, though, so we got something.
So, Skullmeister is so nice to have as just a card that you are able to search for free, essentially, on your opening combo. As we see here, though, against Blitzclique, not really that impactful. It's only against the Alternator graveyard effect, really, and that card never got into the graveyard there.
I guess it's worth leaving in as a one-off just to search if you can. You know, it's one of those things, it's not the most impactful thing in the world. If you can search it in your combo, you don't need something else. It's just an extra point of interaction you can use.
That's true. So now we have resolved the Power Vice Dragon, but there we are going to use the effect of the Alternator now too. Ryan thinking about that. Is there anything you can do right now? That was the hand gesture. Can you use any of this right now? Nah, I'm good. You can do whatever you like, my friend, right now.
Absolutely. I think there was another Resonator in Ryan's hand, though, so I don't think his turn is necessarily over here.
No. Definitely not.
It is, I mean, we do still have the Whisker available. We see the Power Vice Dragon being destroyed. There's so much that can be done here from the Zen side of the field, so it is a difficult situation for Ryan. I don't think it's curtains yet necessarily, but it's not easy.
Yep, and that was Amy Blitzclique that was added to the hand there, and when that is added to the hand, you can immediately reveal it, target one card on the field, and we target that Power Vice Dragon to destroy it, and then special summon the Amy Blitzclique right after, and Whiskers is also waiting in hand there still. Oh, setting a monster on Ryzen, the classic 2005 move, setting a monster, but also setting the Torrential Tribute, so
that's actually a really
better
good
be
point.
careful, better be careful. Don't play into the Torrential Tribute.
Very good point here as well, as you say. I don't know what the other
was. No! It's gone.
Devastating. Oh no, we wanted to see it happen.
Yeah, I was ready for it. I was so ready.
I think we still have the Scoremeister in hand, but I don't know that'll be enough in this situation. This is a very tricky situation that Ryan finds himself in.
Not the TT, the Torrential Tribute. Okay, yeah. Count that deck. It may as well be the last time you're able to, Ryan. 4,000 life points remaining, and then with a bunch of monsters on the field, only facing that one set monster, the red zone, and then Skullmeister in the hand. But yeah, we're breaking that set monster away there right away.
Very good, very good.
And now, destroying the red zone too, Ryan. Are you sure? Before that, he says, may I be able to use the graveyard effect of the card you have just destroyed?
Yeah, we do.
Don't be too quick.
We do have something at least, but I think we have the Whisker negating that straight away. Because why would you not at this point? It's you know your opponent is on very limited interactions and there's not much that can be done. The red zone's gone. The negated effect of that Resonator in the graveyard, and all we have, thank you, and all we have here is the Scoremeister in hand, which at this point I don't think is doing much.
That's true. Then only really needing to get those monsters into attack position and then storm in, because of course all of his monsters that were summoned from the hand are also still currently boosted by his field spells. So that is, in my opinion, already more than 4,000 attack points, but still Zen keeps on going, gets another Whiskers onto the field, and that will be absolutely. Oh yeah, the Crackle too, sure. Good. Bring them all in, the whole family.
Why not? Let's go for it. Just check his graveyard. Is there anything else that could be done here that this might be curtains for Ryan?
And Ryan, last card in hand, Skullmeister. That is the fist bump, and that means Zen wins this round number 9 here in the Genesys Championship. The first round of the day. Everyone restarting essentially, fresh and after a good night of sleep, and fighting for that top 8 here in that Genesys Championship. That was a fun match to get into the action today.
It was really good. Good display of, again, as I mentioned at the start, it's the new kid on the block versus the tested opponent here. These very powerful strategies that both are expected to do well this weekend. But we see the Blitzclique coming out on top there, if only quite closely, I would say.
Yeah, very, very close. And also, in a lot of situations, you see that the going first deck post-siding in Genesys is very heavily favored, but not here. Zen actually was able to overcome that disadvantage, winning going second with the Blitzclique strategy, which may as well be one of the most powerful going second decks overall in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, and Zen proved that nicely here. But with that match coming to a conclusion, there's not much more to say for the moment, but please stay tuned, everyone, because we are going to see, of course, round 10 of this very, very soon. So more Genesys action coming your way in just a bit.
Your move!